Here comes the 2 to the 3 and 4. If you got a minute, let me kill it right now. Promise ain't nobody feeling what I'm feeling right now.
There's no right way to do anything, okay? As far as, let me rephrase that. There's no right way to live life, period. Nobody you can't, even if you came to somebody with a notebook with every single page filled top to bottom with a business plan, strategies, money to spend, like everything was written out black and white and all you had to do was execute, still nobody would be able to tell you how to execute it or when to execute it or what's going to happen when you do execute it. Nobody can do that for you. Nobody can tell you how to live life. There is no book. And so the fact that so many people walk around with this whole like, oh, you can't do that, that's not how you're supposed to do it, that's not how you're supposed to mix, oh, you're supposed to work like this, that's cool, that's how you're supposed to do it. That's not how I'm supposed to do it, because if I was supposed to do it like that, I would be doing it like that. And if I wasn't supposed to be doing it this way, then me doing it this way wouldn't be working. And it's working. How is it working? Because I'm able to create a beat, write lyrics, put them on the program, mix it, master it, export it, and upload it to SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, wherever I want to put it. I can do that, which means I am doing it the right way. I'm just not doing it your way. Let me tell you this. Everything that can be taught in life or that you can be told how to do, you have access to it. You want to know how to bake cookies? Go buy a book that says how to bake cookies. You want to learn how to build a computer? Go buy a book that says how to build a computer. All that shit you can do. Life, there's no book that's called How to Live. There's no book that's called How to Become a Famous Musician Overnight. There's no book like How to Make $1 Million Tomorrow. Now, there may be books by those titles, but you're not going to open that book and it's like, step 1, go do this. Once you're done doing that, you're going to get this. Why? Because nobody fucking knows what you're going to get when you do this. You may go out and try to sell fucking 10 magazines for 24 hours. You stand outside on the Las Vegas Strip for 24 hours trying to sell 10 magazines and you don't fucking do it. And the next day your friend goes out there with those same 10 magazines and sells all 10 of them in 15 minutes. And then you see that and you get discouraged and you're like, oh, fuck him, that's not for me, whatever. Why the fuck would you do that? You were out there for a reason. You wanted to sell the magazines and the only reason you were discouraged was because people didn't buy. Why don't you look back at yourself and say, what the fuck did I do wrong? Why was he able to go out and do it in 15 minutes? I stood out there all day long and didn't get one sell. That doesn't sound like a magazine problem or a them problem. That sounds like a you problem. What were you doing that he wasn't? And what was he doing that you weren't? That's where you need to figure out. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because once you figure that out, you're like, oh shit, that does make a lot of sense. I'm gonna do that. And that may not fucking work, but guess what? Neither did what you just did. So why would you keep doing that? Do the next thing. And if that doesn't work, do the next thing. And if that doesn't work, do the next thing. It's like if you really love to do it, you'll always figure out the next thing to do. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh man, this fucking failed. Like, what do I do now? Back to the drawing board. It is back to the drawing board, but it just kind of comes to you because you love to do it. You know what I mean? Like this vlog. Actually, this is a very good example. I'm not going to say that I was just sitting here one day and I was like, hey, a vlog would get me really good exposure to a lot of people. I didn't say that. I was watching Gary Vee on Instagram and on YouTube. He broke down what vlogging is and how vlogging works and why it's popular. And I've seen it myself. My little brother sits on the computer on YouTube or on the iPad for hours and hours a day watching people open toys or play video games. He asked me, hey, can you play GTA? And I'm like, nah, I don't want to play GTA right now. You know, I'm busy. So he goes on YouTube and watches other people play GTA because I won't play it. And he's not the only one doing it. These people have like millions of views, tens of millions of views, which a lot of people don't understand translate to dollars. So you can sit there and say what you want. Oh, what the fuck? Why would you open videos on YouTube? This shit is stupid. Nobody wants to watch this. Yeah, people want to watch it and they are making a profit because people want to watch it. You know what I mean? It took Gary Vee breaking it down in a way that's like, what the fuck are you honestly doing with your time? I expect to sit here and just make songs on my laptop, put them on SoundCloud, promote them on Facebook, and I'm going to make it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? At some point in time, I had to look at myself and say, yo, this shit's not fucking working. Do something else. And so now it's like, what do? whatever the fuck comes to you. And it may come to you in the form of just a random idea, or it may come to you in the form of, I'm on social media one day, who the fuck is Gary Vee? Click on his video and something he says sparks an idea. It's not an accident that you found that, or that I found Gary Vee. It's not an accident that I came across Simon Sinek. It's not an accident that I came across Deepak Chopra. It's not an accident that I read the books that I read. It's not an accident that I discovered Russ when I did, because Russ is the one who put me on to the Deepak Chopra book and put me on to the whole do-it-yourself, you know, manifest, just this whole level of thinking of like getting what you want by just wanting it, not so much what don't I have and why don't I have it, but what do I have and how can I use what I have to get what I want. You know what I mean? It's not as simple as that, but that's the basis. You know what I mean? Like, I want $1 million record deal, and right now I have all the tools to make all the music that I fucking want. To get a record deal, you need music, you need a fan base, you need a lot of shit to get a record deal. What do I have right now? I have music. So why don't I use music to get the fan base, to get the shows, to sell the merchandise, to promote the album, to promote myself, which in turn would make labels want to call me because now I have worth. You know what I mean? I'm not just like, yo, fuck all these industry artists, they suck dick. Their music isn't nowhere near mine. My bars are the hardest shit in the fucking world. But even though my music is so much better than theirs, I can only get 200 plays a month on my shit. But fuck you, I'm better. That's cool. That's a excellent fucking attitude to have if you're going to execute on it. You can't just sit on Facebook. This is what I had to realize on myself. I understand, I'm not trying to preach. I'm not trying to talk shit to any artist out here. Everything I'm saying right now is dead ass thoughts that I used to have. I used to straight up think like, yo, my music is way tighter than any fucking body else's in my city, in the fucking industry. Like, I'm talking about, my favorite artist is J. Cole, and I swear to fucking God I'm better than J. Cole. Period. Why? Because that's just me. I'm like, I do this, and I'm not gonna let anybody come to me and be like, yo, I'm better than you. This isn't a competition to me, but I'm not going to let anybody be better than me. And I'm especially not going to let anybody outwork me. I'm not going to let the next man get it just because they outworked me. And that's happened a lot. Shout out to fucking slumdawgtom. Bro, slumdawgtom. Look this fucking dude up. He's in Vegas. He's local. He is doing his fucking thing. I shit you not, right now. It is May 4th, 2017. He has a show. I think he either just did a show in Oregon or he has a show coming up in Oregon. And he's about to perform at Jam Fest. Fucking Jam Nation is blowing the fuck up out here in Vegas. And slumdawgtom is an example of what happens when you're ready at all times and when you know who you are. Because what happened with slumdawgtom, he worked and worked and worked and made music and promoted himself and got out and met people and interacted with people in a positive way. Not a, bro, fuck you, what are you doing? Like, I don't fuck with your music because you're not me type of way. Like, bro, I fuck with you because you're making music, period. I don't give a fuck what it sounds like. The fact that you posted this link, I'ma share it because you're sharing yourself with the universe. And so it's my job to help you expose yourself as much as possible. That is slumdawgtom's attitude about life. And so in turn, when the opportunity came for him to perform at Jam Fest, he was ready. He had the fan base there to get the votes, to get, you know what I'm saying? He had the music that people want to listen to, so people want to watch him perform. When the people are looking at the votes, they're like, okay, this kid's not just getting bullshit votes. They're going, looking at his page, they're looking at his pictures, they're listening to his music, they're watching his videos. He has everything there at his disposal. Did he ask for that? No. Did he call Jam Nation and say, hey, yo, plan this event on this day and then do a voting thing and I'm gonna win? No. He was making music every day. He was living life every day. He was doing what he wanted every day, and he was spreading love and positivity every day. And the opportunity presented itself, and he took advantage of it as he does every other opportunity, whether it's a one-person show, a 10-person show, and now he is where he is. You know what I mean? I myself have turned down a lot of shows just because I'm like, there's not going to be a lot of people there. I don't really fuck with the promoter. I don't really fuck with the host. Just always some excuse about why I don't want to do the show. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's not going to be people there. Okay, nobody listens to your music. So when you drop songs on Facebook, it's literally the exact same as you performing a show in front of 10 people. You see what I'm saying? It's just, you feel better about it because you know, like, well, there's millions of people on the internet who could see it. On Facebook, I can search up a million different people, so maybe they can see my shit. Cool. How are they going to see your shit? Do you see theirs? Like, if you don't see theirs, how the fuck do you think they see yours? Doesn't make any sense. So, you know, it was me just realizing like, yo, you're playing the victim. You're acting like the world I was. And when I say you, understand, I'm not talking about you guys personally. I'm speaking to myself with the hope that one of you guys will take something that I say and be able to use it in a positive way that helps you better yourself. If you're not doing it for yourself, then you're doing it for someone else, period. Even if you're not intentionally saying like, yo, I'm gonna go make Bob some money today. Well, you work at a job where you make X amount of money an hour, but when you make X amount of money an hour, Bob makes X amount of money per hour. Not because he worked, but because you did. Now there's 150 employees where you work, so take what you make per hour and what they make per hour all together. Bob makes money off of you guys. Because you guys are down here working hard, Bob is able to make his money. Why? Because Bob did what the fuck he was supposed to do from the get-go to be able to have a bunch of people run this shit down here so that he can run it up here. You know what I mean? So that Bob can sit on his home smoking cigars, drinking Kool-Aid, while you're at the fucking office dealing with bullshit customers, hating your life. Why? Because you don't want to wake up and realize that you could be Bob in like 2 years. You don't have to work for Bob. You can be Bob. That doesn't mean get Bob to work for you. That means, what the fuck did Bob do to become Bob? What the fuck did Steve Jobs do to become Steve Jobs? What did Gary Vaynerchuk do to become Gary Vaynerchuk? What did Eric Thomas do to become Eric Thomas? It changed me 100%. And I'm forever grateful for that. So this is ChaVLOG. It's the ChaVLOG. This is what I do. I make music. I spread good vibes. And I just want to bring happiness. So this is ChaVLOG. The ChaVLOG. This is what I do. Peace.
If you got a minute, let me kill it right now. Promise ain't nobody feeling what I'm feeling right now. Grab a cup and let me feel it right now. Couple swishes in the cut, that's how I'm feeling right now.